Und damit kann es weitergehen mit Persona 5 Strikers. Ich entschuldige mich, wenn ich immer Royal sage. Beim letzten Mal sind wir hier in, ich muss auf die Station schauen. Verdammt. Sendai, da unten steht's ja. Sind wir hier angekommen. Wir haben uns hier beim letzten Mal umgeschaut und haben hier etwas über einen Ango Natsume gehört, der möglicherweise hier der Besitzer des Gefängnisses ist. Wir hören uns jetzt hier ein bisschen um und hier ist eine Autogrammstunde, wo ich jetzt mich einfach mal dreist vordrängle, um ein Autogramm zu erschnappen. Und natürlich herauszufinden, ob er wirklich der Gefängniswärter hier ist. Porto, Ango Natsume ist Signierstunde.
That smug bastard's being promoted all over the place. Like I'm going insane.
That's quite a crowd for a book signing.
Oh, there's so many people. I think I'm gonna throw up.
Is he gonna give out his keyword for Emma and change everyone's hearts like Alice did? We should keep an eye on him for now.
Natsume-san, I just wanted to say thank you for putting out such wonderful work all the time. I was so touched by your book. I ended up buying 50 copies.
Yeah, well, I bought 100. Some to read, some to collect, some to give out, and some to...
My goodness. Thank you. I'm flattered.
Reading your book somehow gives me hope, courage to keep going. I won't rest until each and every one of my friends knows about your book.
Well, I have said that I want my book to reach as many people as possible. I can't help but feel guilty, though. Be sure you don't overdo it.
No, it's okay. I'm helping you because I want to.
I heard the reason he started writing novels was for this poor girl who's bedridden in the hospital. Supposedly, he wanted her to keep fighting so she could one day see him finish his novel.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. He's just so compassionate. It's like he's a saint.
I know, that story alone's enough to make me cry. I guess even real life is like a novel sometimes. We have to tell the whole world about Ango Natsume's good deeds.
I'd expected as much, but he's really popular.
Do you think that bit about the girl in the hospital is for real?
Dude didn't seem like the type, if you ask me.
I don't think Natsume said anything resembling a keyword.
Could it be because he really isn't a monarch? Or perhaps he's just being careful.
If he is the monarch, maybe everyone here's already had their hearts changed.
Meaning he wouldn't need to give out his keyword.
Hey, Inari, what's that you've been reading?
Ango Natsume's novel, Prince of Nightmares.
Inari? You actually bought that thing?
Yes, I suppose that's fine. I was just curious as to whether or not the book was truly deserving of the fervent praise it's received.
Well, how is it? Is it good?
How should I put it? For any creative work, one should be able to feel some sense of its creator's passion. No matter how crude or unrefined the work may be, there should always be some sort of spark present to those engaging with it. I'm not terribly well versed in the literary arts, but I feel nothing when reading this book. The sentences are formed well enough, but what's here is shockingly hollow. It's as if these words have been taken from someone else and given the most bare minimum coat of paint possible.
Let me see. Oh, wow. This line here is lifted from an anime from 2 years ago. The words got changed a bit, but that's definitely it. Sneaky. I think I've seen this one before too. And this one. Sheesh. This one too. Wait. Is this whole book just a bunch of stuff he ripped off and strung together? If the original writers, or worse, their fans, ever saw this, there'd be a frickin' riot online.
I can't possibly fathom how such a fraudulent piece of work garnered this much praise. That is, unless the fans had their desires stolen.
With all that we know now, it's safe to say there's definitely something going on here.
If only we knew the keyword, we can investigate the jail for ourselves.
Think we should ask some of his fans? They've all had their desires taken, right?
If this is anything like the situation in Shibuya, I doubt they'll tell us anything.
Guess we're kinda stuck then. Have we heard anything from Gramps yet?
He said he'd be here by tonight. Maybe he learned something.
Alright then. I guess we should go ahead and wait for Inspector Hasagawa then.
Hold on. Why do you think Natsume wrote this novel? So it's all about money, is that it? You may be right. It wouldn't make much sense if that weren't the case. No matter how much praise your work receives, if it was built on the backs of others, then you cannot truly call that praise your own. Those compliments will surely ring empty. Anyone in the arts should know this. That is why I don't understand. What was he thinking when he wrote this novel?
What are you two doing? Let's get going.
My apologies. It wasn't my intention to hold you up. Let's be off.
Pretty nice ride you've got here. And I gotta say, I didn't expect Sendai to be on the agenda. How'd you know there was a jail here?
Well, about that.
I smelled it.
You smelled it?
Anyways, have you learned anything new?
Yes. Ango Natsume, right? Yeah, he's suspicious all right. His book's been selling like crazy, but only here in Sendai. Most of the other stuff I've heard lines up with what you guys told me. Anyhow, I did some asking around, and here's what I found. Apparently, everyone in Natsume's little fan club becomes friends with him through Emma. And once that happens, they start buying his book any and every chance they get. Some even go into debt because of it. Any of this sound familiar?
It's just like what happened with Alice.
He might have different methods from Alice Hiragi, but I'm almost certain Natsume's using the same power.
In that case, we really need to get our hands on his keyword.
Can't we just nab the shithead and make him cough it up?
Do that? And I would have to arrest you for assault. You can ramble on about the jails all you want. Best case scenario is you getting dragged off to a mental institution.
Ah, right.
Well, we're phantom thieves, so going at it directly's not preferred anyway.
Ah, there goes Beauty Thief. Always trying to be elegant and subtle and stuff.
Beauty what?
My name is Beauty Thief.
I see. She's really calling herself that?
Getting back on track, we gotta think of a way to get that keyword.
That's where I come in. You better thank me for this later.
For what?
Natsume's holding a party tonight in celebration of Prince of Nightmares, passing over 1 million in sales. And I just happen to have enough invitations for all of you. Which means...
We're crashing a party?
Hey, that sounds fun as hell, don't you think?
Nobody's gonna care what you're wearing. Just pretend you work in the industry or something. So, what do you think? Glad we struck a deal?
You did pretty good, Gramps.
Yeah, nice one, Gramps.
I must admit, I'm seeing you in a whole new light, Gramps.
Yeah, you really came through, Gramps.
I knew we could count on you, Gramps-son.
Come on, guys. At least call me by my name.
Don't feel bad, Gramps.
Thank you all very much for coming today. This is just a small token of my appreciation. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoy yourselves.
Congratulations, Mr. Natsume. Truly.
It's all thanks to everyone working so hard to push sales. All I did was write.
Oh, you're too modest.
It really is impressive how well you've done, considering the amount of competition there is these days. I know we tried to promote you early on as the grandson of renowned writer Sogo Natsume, but I never would have expected you to perform this well.
The praise you've received is due entirely to your talent, Mr. Natsume. You're a shining star to readers and authors alike.
My talent, you say? Well now, I wouldn't go as far as to say that. The words on the page matter little. If there's something worth talking about, the people will always flock to it. From there, all one needs to do is craft a little story into it, and voila! For example, take that origin story about how I started writing because of some poor girl in the hospital.
Pardon my asking, but is that story really true, Mr. Natsume?
I'm afraid that's my little secret. Truth, fiction. Does anyone really care? You might recall Ichiryu Madarame's confession on TV not too long ago. Surely you remember. His signature piece. What was the name of it?
Oh, do you mean the Sayuri?
Ah, yes, that's it. The Sayuri. That piece was certainly lauded as the pinnacle of beauty at the time. But if you ask me, the only place it belongs now is the trash.
Dick!
The trash? How rude! He has no idea what was put into that painting. Who does he think he is?
Yusuke, I know how you feel, but
I'm all right. I have a favor to ask. Would you mind if I handled this one? I promise I'll get the keyword from him.
But
There's a good chance he remembers your faces from the other day. However, I was toward the back of the crowd, so there's a good chance he won't recognize me.
right. Yusuke might be our best bet here.
Good luck.
Thank you. I'll be off then. Pardon me for interrupting. I happen to be a big fan of yours, Natsume-san.
Who are you?
Forgive me. I was hoping I might trouble you for an autograph.
Hey, Mr. Natsume is a busy man. You can trouble him later.
Come now. I'm sure one autograph won't hurt.
You mean it? My thanks, Natsume-san. You're too kind. To receive an autograph from the great Ongo Natsume himself, this honor is truly more than I deserve.
Nonsense. Don't sell yourself short. It's readers like you who allow authors like me to keep writing.
I see. That's a wonderful way to look at it. Oh, right. Do you by any chance use Emma, Natsume-san?
Of course. With how convenient it is, how could I not?
If you don't mind, could you please add me to your friends list? It would be a privilege to be closer to one I respect so greatly.
Not at all. My fans and readers mean the world to me. The keyword is Prince of Nightmares.
Thank you very much. Expect a request from me sometime soon. Now, there is one more thing. I overheard you and your entourage mention the Sayuri earlier. If I'm not mistaken, you said it should be thrown out with the trash, as though it were some cheap attempt.
Ah, so you heard that, did you? Is that what I said? Well, I take it someone of your taste agrees with me. In the end, that painting only held value because of whose name was attached to it. Madarame had...
The Sayuri was painted by my mother. This may be unprofessional of me, but professionalism be damned. My mother painted the Sayuri at the cost of her own life. It is her final masterpiece. That painting was crafted with a love that simply cannot be found anywhere else. Don't you dare lump it in with that soulless drivel you cobbled together from authors far more talented than you.
Hey, you can't...
I merely spoke the truth. Now, if you'll excuse me. We've got what we came for. Let's head outside, yes?
Soulless drivel? That little bastard. What the hell does he know?
Yeah, it's all right, Mr. Natsume. He's just, looking to blame you for something because he's jealous of your genius. Don't let him get to you.
Shut up! No matter. He'll come around just like the rest.
My apologies. I couldn't hold myself back. I suppose I still have much to learn.
Dude, don't sweat it. Everything worked out. We got the keywords, so we're all good.
Yeah, you did great. I was actually pretty impressed with how you stood up to him.
Well, I can't say my assessment of his book was entirely correct. Whatever someone feels from a work of art, no matter what that work may be, ultimately comes down to the individual.
Yeah, well, for what it's worth, we all loved seeing you stick it to that creepy Nari.
In any case, we've got the keyword now. All that's left is to find our entry point.
Sendai Station would be a good place to look. How come? The smell isn't as strong there. The security's probably more lax. The station should be a safe point of entry, just like in Shibuya.
So I guess we're doing it then.
Yeah, we've got everything we need. Tomorrow, that jail's getting a visit from the Phantom Thieves.
Oh yeah.
Hey, there's something I wanted to ask you. Yusuke might have been acting calm just now, but he seemed rather sad. Why was that? Oh, I see. So when someone disrespects something important to you, it makes you more sad than angry. At the very least, Yusuke seemed to feel that way. I think I'm starting to understand him a little better now. Thank you for explaining that to me.
I've been waiting for you. The desires in this place have been stolen as well. The voices of countless hearts are stirring about. At the same time, I can feel the threat of the calamity is only growing stronger. I have called you here to deliver important news. The bonds you have forged will now impart an even greater power to your personas. This new power, it seems it was born from a connection you've made during your travels. This will become the sustenance that will further nurture your potential. Cherish it dearly. I admit I'm somewhat jealous. There is no doubt that they will give you the strength needed to cut through fate. May luck be on your side.
I'm so tired.
Snap out of it, Ryuji. We're about to head in.
I know. I was so excited last night I couldn't sleep.
What, you think it's Christmas morning or something?
Any idea how big this place is? Can you tell, Sophia? Based on the smell, I'd say it covers nearly all of Sendai. That's quite big.
Considering what's happening throughout the city, the scale makes sense. But that's all coming to an end.
Right. We're heading into the Sendai jail. Hey.
Also ein mobiles Versteck, wirklich praktisch. Und ich muss sagen, es macht die Phantomdiebe noch cooler. Sobald alles bereit ist, sollten wir uns beim Versteck treffen und ins Gefängnis infiltrieren. Wir zählen auf dich, Maxi. So, aber davor muss ich jetzt endlich mal hier in den Shop da hinten gehen. Sonst raste ich hier aus, Mann. Streich an, da gibt es sogar einen Schrein. Bist du hier, um zu beten, oder willst du die Zukunft weissagen lassen? Nicht unbedingt. Hier will ich hingehen. Was gibt's hier? Glücksbringer und Talismane. Aha. Ist nett, dass da jetzt... Ah, warte, da oben stand, oder? Alle Werte +1, Autoscooter, Glück. Ich bin mir jetzt gar nicht, was mir das jetzt bringt. Oder ob mir das überhaupt was bringt. Ach, wir lassen es erstmal. So, einmal muss ich nur kurz meine Stände absuchen, weil es geht ja gar nicht, dass ich das bis jetzt noch nicht machen konnte. So, Anne futtert natürlich mal wieder, so kenne ich sie. Und ich kaufe mir einfach was. Ich kaufe mir nämlich meinen Sündershake. Bam! Sag's nichts mehr.
Oh, amazing.
Sondermochi, Sondermilchshake, oh, Sonderparfait, Sondertorte. Das sieht alles so lecker aus. Ich will es unbedingt probieren. Ich sollte mich auf die Mission vorbereiten, indem ich so viel genau sehr wie möglich verspeise. Aha. Hey, geiler Scheiß, oder? Eine Katan-Schlüsselkarte. Ich stehe einfach auf solchen Kram. Bin ja schließlich ein Mann und so. Meine Mutter wäre sicher sauer über die Geldverschwendung. Aber ich finde, es ist das perfekte Souvenir. Geiler Scheiß. Ja, ich wusste, dass du es auch so siehst. Das hier lässt sich in 2 Hälften teilen. Willst du eine haben? Hier. Du nimmst die Katana-Hälfte und ich den Drachengriff. Ryuji. Ach, deswegen mag ich die so gerne. Okay, liebe Leute, dann würde ich mal sagen, sind wir nun ready. Und legen wir los, liebe Leute. Manchmal müssen wir doch arbeiten, auch wenn es unser Urlaub ist. Komm, schauen wir noch mal kurz den Shop. So, dass ich irgendwas super Cooles kaufen kann. Jo, das macht schon deutlich mehr Schaden. Die Animationen sind so nice von ihr, die sind so süß. So, erstmal wieder nur meine Hauptparty upgraden und den Rest schauen wir dann. So, annulliert wütend auch sehr gut. So, jetzt bin ich eh blank, oder? Jo, 353. Oh, Leute, ich habe hier echt hier richtig pleite gemacht, aber okay. Ich liebe Yusuke. Wie er schon wieder so, sein Snack ist und so komplett irrt hat. Das ist so cool, Mann. Also, Leute, rein ins Gefängnis und dann schauen wir mal, was uns hier erwartet.
So that's it.
Once again, the domain reflects who's within.
Well, we made it to the jail. I'd say that settles it. Ango Natsume is our monarch.
So him being all popular is a total lie.
Doesn't he feel any remorse for obtaining his success this way? His fans are only his fans because he forced them to be.
That's just how smug assholes like him think. We can't just let it keep happening.
There's a large tower in the distance. Is that Natsume's castle?
Probably. I smell treasure. I mean, desires.
Mount Alba's over that way. The main road here should lead us right to it.
Let's go. We'll steal those desires and expose Natsume for the fraud he is. All right.
I'll do my best.
Das Blut unser Opfer klebt da. So, der schaut mich so böse an. Dann laufe ich vielleicht mal nicht frontal auf ihn drauf. So, okay. Ich überlege gerade, wie ich am blödesten hier langkomme. Das gefällt mir nämlich nicht. Konnte jetzt leider nichts anderes machen. Ja, super. Oh. Lass mal Hopo. Darunter will ich nicht. Oh, mal Selkie. Bitte keine Slimes. Slimes sind eklig, man zu bekämpfen. Okay, der ist blau. Das ist mir schon lieber. Damn. Okay, und da haben wir eine Truhe. Zum Glück brauchen wir nicht mehr wieder Schlüssel oder so ein Schmarrn. Also, wie auch im originalen Persona richten sich hier natürlich die Dungeons dann sehr richten sich die Dungeons im Endeffekt auch nach dem, was wir im Original... Oh, die sind alle rot. Da würde ich jetzt ehrlich gesagt noch nicht gerne hingehen, aber ich will wissen, was das für ein Kristall ist. Aber ich meine, da werden wir hart alle gemacht. Gehen wir nicht dahin. Zack. Da kann ich lang gehen. Oh, immer Schleime. Denn im originalen Persona sind wir ja im Endeffekt auch so gewandert, dass wir immer den... Oh mein Gott. Ich weiß ehrlich gesagt nicht, wie wir hier weiterkommen sollen. Das sind alles rote Gegner, Mann. Die machen mich alle platt. Dass wir eben hier, also folgen, der erste Dungeon ist der von Anne und Ryuji. Der zweite ist dann der von Yusuke. Der dritte... Oh. Ja, nächstes. Ja, aber ich muss an dem vorbei. Der steht halt einfach auch so schön. Also ist die Frage, entweder... Oder auch? Kann ich auf... Da kann ich doch vorbei, Mann! Ihr seid Phantomdiebe, ihr Lutscher, Mann! Ihr seid so hart schlecht, ne, gut dann. So. Zack. Okay, das ging. Aber vom Level werden die wahrscheinlich saumäßig hoch sein. So, ich hätte da hochlaufen können, das wäre schneller gewesen. So, dahinter geht's eh nicht. Ach so, das ist einfach... ich dachte, das wäre irgendein Objekt hier. Die Eiskristalle.
Oh, chosen heroes!
Who are you?
I am Doma, one of the fearsome four and servant to the Prince of Nightmares!
The Fearsome Four? Oh, no. He did not just say that. There's no way someone would be this cliche.
He kinda just looks like some old guy in a suit to me.
I am the guardian of this seat. If you wish to pass, you'll have to defeat me in combat. But be warned, I will not fall so easy. In the name of the fearsome four, I will slay you where you stand. Come, chosen heroes!
Good thinking, Joker! Oh, that's awesome!
This is it! McCoy, Suki!
The enemy's no pushover! Target his weakness to win!
You're mine! It's over.
So! Der Doma hier. Ja, der sollte jetzt nicht ganz so schwer zu bezwingen sein. Zack! Also, dann sieht man, was da für ein schlechter Auto ist, indem er solche Klischees einfach hier raushaut. Trotzdem nett. Schön so wie. Oh, Media. Alter, sie kann. Media, sie ist so gut.
Oh, nice. Did we get him?
I'd expect nothing less from the chosen. Very well. You may pass. To best us is to overcome the Overlord's most perilous trial. But will you be able to defeat the others? I pray you lose your way. Chosen heroes!
Huh?
The hell? Where are we now?
Who was that? You're in a completely different place than we were before.
Looks like we're in front of that castle we saw earlier.
Does that mean we were brought here by some kind of magic?
My guess is it was that fearsome four guy's doing. You heard that "I pray you lose your way" crap, right? Right? We've seen it a million times.
I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble keeping up here.
Chosen heroes and demons and shit? That's classic video games and manga business.
I believe this is the world from Natsume's novel, Prince of Nightmares.
You mean we're in a novel?
You've read it, haven't you, Fox? What's it about?
A man living a completely normal life in our world is reborn as a demon overlord in another. Making the most of his villainous new role, he then attempts to repel the heroes who come to slay him. To that end, he deploys a number of traps about his castle, along with a group known as the Fearsome Four.
And that's why he called us heroes earlier?
So are the heroes the real bad guys of the story then?
Yes, that's correct. Am I to assume you've read it too?
Nah, I just skimmed it. But I've seen enough of that kind of thing to guess where it was going.
So it's our job to challenge the Demon King, huh?
That's true? Then I guess this all works out pretty nicely. And if this place is from Natsume's book, then it's safe to say he's somewhere in the castle. Which means everyone's desires are in there too.
Right. Let's see if we can find a way inside.
Huh?
Hä? Ein Übergang ist nah, aber wir können ihn nicht für den Transport nutzen. Ist das auch das Werk von diesem fürchterlichen Viertypen? Er will uns wohl hier behalten. Wir kommen also nicht weg, kein Grund zur Panik. Wenn er der Grund dafür ist, dann müssen wir ihn bloß aus dem Weg räumen. In dem Fall, dass wir nicht gleich zurück können, sollten wir uns gut vorbereiten. Wir sollten ebenfalls alle Gruppenmitglieder auswechseln. Also, genauso machen wir es. Bevor wir jetzt uns aber hier in dem Schloss genau umschauen, machen wir erstmal einen kleinen Cut und beim nächsten Mal geht es weiter mit Let's Play Persona 5 Strikers. Bis dann, auf Wiedersehen, ciao.